This video was recorded during the COVID-19 lockdown. Due to technical issues, its release was delayed. We extend our sincere gratitude to all the guests who participated and apologize for the postponement. Please note that the views expressed by the host and guests reflect their opinions at the time of recording and may differ from their current perspectives.
The guest we have today is the first person that I thought of when I was planning this podcast. I've said this for all the other guests. तर उहाँ चाहिँ साँच्चीकैमा फर्स्ट पर्सन नै हो. उहाँको सोसियल मिडिया फलो गरिरहेको हुन्छु र आइम ह्युज admirer of his work. उहाँसँग एउटा काम चाहिँ गरेको थिएँ and I thought there were two Shashank Shresttas. So Shashank Shrestha is our guest. उहाँसँग भेट्दाखेरि त त्यस्तो खतरा त होइन होला. पछि चाहिँ ओहो, so he's the same guy भन्ने भएको थियो. And then I started following his work even more and then realizing that he's amazing. So welcome Shashankji.
Thank you so much, Subin. And full disclosure, one of the best comments we received on one of our works, Kathaharuko Yomari sessions, Matthew, it was you saying, if I need to introduce someone to Nepali content, I will show them this YouTube channel on here. So you come up in a lot of our pitches.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice to, get credited and get paid if you're getting any payments through me as well, right? But I really, really love your work, right? Not just the music videos, but also the short movies that you've made and just Yomari sessions for me, I know, especially झन् बाहिर हुँदा एकदमै धेरै फलो गर्थेँ. यहाँ आउँदा पनि फलो गर्थेँ अनि especially to my विदेशका साथीहरू सबैलाई देखाइरहेको like obviously अलिअलि exaggerate पनि गर्थेँ. One shot, I don't know, I don't know one shot हो कि के हो.
It is one shot.
One shot, पुरै अनि no editing. So I don't know, I'm sure there was अलिकति editing.
Actually, there was no editing. I mean, it's always one shot. There are multiple takes, definitely. So they take come out the audio. You're not exaggerating.
Oh, okay, it's good to know. It's good to know I'm not exaggerating. Okay, अलिकति धेरै introduction of Shashankji. Shashankji has made fiction, non-fiction films and has sort of delved into different genres and styles. He's a filmmaker, entrepreneur as well. And Kathaharuko बारेमा त कुरा गरिसके, which is his production studio. अनि he believes that videos and stories can be a powerful factor for social change, which is really, really interesting. And I would love to talk more about this, Funny. And he hopes that the content that he creates with Kathaharu sparks conversations and immersion in the viewers. And his favorite character is Charles Foster Kane from Citizen Kane and Dominic Cobb from Inception. First of all, हामी त गफ गरिसक्यो त्यही पनि welcome officially.
Thank you so much.
Are you looking forward to talk about movies or that is something that
Definitely. This is basically what I do with everyone. So to talk with someone who wants to talk about movies willingly, always something that gets me smiling.
Okay, thank you. So let's talk more about Charles Foster Kane from Citizen Kane. Full disclosure, I've not seen Citizen Kane. I've not seen Of the Upper Trilogy. So these are two movies I'm dying to watch, especially with Mank. And Mank, download गरिसके. Download as in like एकदम legal means, but I'm waiting to watch Citizen Kane first and त्यसपछि Mank. So, but why do you really like the character?
About Mank, here's some background. I watched it during undergrad and when I was in university, and during our film history class. And like my film teacher back then, Jeff Salyer, right, the film history teacher, he pitched this movie so passionately to us. And it was like, either I'll come out hating this movie or loving this. But like the way the entire movie is basically a semi-fictional character biography, and the way in that time, you could really get into why this person is like this. And you can say rise and fall to somebody just like the it really reached out to me. And like, it is an old movie, but like it was groundbreaking in so many ways. And it's a multi-layered character that's not only just a character, I like to see that character as a encapsulation of movie industry at that time. Again, it was way beyond of its time, and it definitely alienated people. So like that entire movie and that character, and it's about a news person, and it's about how a person goes through radical highs and lows, and so you come out with that movie getting an understanding of so like the entire writing of it, and the way the entire movie is presented. That was deeply affected me. And after you watch Mank and understand how the entire movie was written and how it was really based on someone, and I recently made a ton appreciation for it. So Charles Foster Kane. Are we moving into Dominic Cobb?
Yeah, let's move to Dom. The sad part is because I haven't seen Citizen Kane. I know the story. I've seen Sri 420, right? The Raj Kapoor film, which was inspired by Citizen Kane a long time ago. And Citizen Kane is one of those movies where, like, I'm scared if I watch it, if I don't like it, I will be unaccepted in the society. But still, like, I would say I really want to watch the movie. Only time data. But let's talk about Inception and Dominic Cobb, a movie that I have seen. Ani, why do you like Dominic Cobb?
Inception as a movie itself, धेरै बारे film हो त्यो हैन. But like I read an article on screenrant.com हैन. It was how the entire movie is an allegory for filmmaking नै भनेर. So at first you were just like, huh, okay, on far-fetched man. But like the more you look into the movie, you have the actor Tom Hardy is that actorको analogy. Saitoको character Ken Watanabe is the producer because he's giving all the money. And like Ariadne's character, she's actually the designer, right? Leonardo's character, Dominic Cobb, is the director. Okay, he's the stand-in for the director. And like, if you look at it from that lens, the director, he doesn't know everything, but he brings everyone together. And अर्को main कुरा चाहिँ how the movie is a part of a director on the. He brings his own baggage with him. Like he wants to plant idea in your head. So like there were so many things that really made sense. पहिला मलाई movie like my mind is blown भएर आएको थिएँ हैन. But like when you look at it from that idea, as a filmmaker, I could relate to that character a lot more. So Christopher Nolan also film like there is an element of commentary about filmmaking in every one of his movies in some way. I think Inception is his most complete movie about movies, just like someone else. So at the end, I came out with really liking Dominic Cobb and like seeing myself in that character as a filmmaker.
Yeah, I think this is a really good segue into a really important question that I'm going to ask only you, because you delve into screenwriting as well. I really want to understand the process of filmmaking in terms of screenwriting, director, because you mentioned Dom as the director. But the movie is as much about the screenwriter or the script, because at the end of the day, the story, the already director like disagya cha ni ta. And the director le त्यसलाई आफ्नो way मा obviously interpret गर्ने त हो, and the way the director wants the actors to act and the set and everything, and the captain of the ship. But still, would you say, like, using the same analogy, Dom is the writer and director of the movie? Or would you say Dom is mostly the writer, the screenwriter, and maybe the director is someone else, maybe, and in a weird way, the screenwriter trying to incept an idea on Cillian Murphy's character so that Cillian Murphy takes the movie ahead in the screenwriter direction, and Cillian Murphy is the director, and now the movie is being directed in a very weird way, because that is how I watch movies. When I watch movies, I'm like, what is the director thinking? What is the writer thinking? And then how is the actor sort of embrace the character? Like, what is your experience in terms of writing and the ownership of movies?
As someone who has directed someone else's work, plus as someone who has written something, and he directed that exactly thing. I feel movies are supposed to be all about collaboration. And when you're writing and directing, you can get into this like, मैले यसरी सोचेछु यस्तो गर्छु यसरी भन्नुपर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ त्यहाँतिर पुग्न सक्छ क्या हैन. So like personally, मलाई चाहिँ the ease is there when I get a script from someone else, or अब मैले चाहिँ कुनै concept आयो अनि कसैसँग कुरा गरेर collaboratively लेख्यो भने चाहिँ I feel storyको धेरै पार्टहरु अनि like storyमा हुने interpretationहरु त्यसमा चाहिँ राम्रो हुन थाल्छ. And especially after working with actors, like आफूले एउटा सोचेर चाहिँ character लेख्यो भन्छ, but like they bring in so much to it. Like in my mind, almost all characters talk like me. So मैले चाहिँ धेरै कुरा चाहिँ deadpan तरिकाले or sarcastic तरिकाले भनेर हुन्छु, but like अब एकजना actorले चाहिँ यसै त भन्दै भन्दै नि he might be like this kind of angry, like, oh man, I hadn't thought of that भन्नेमा पुग्छ नि त. So like, yes, the screenwriter has written something, but like the way it's interpreted by the screenwriter himself, by the director, by the cinematographer, actors, like by the time you start shooting and by the time you finish editing, it becomes not one person's writing. Many people have already rewritten it. So a script might be written at first, but like it's rewritten in the production phase, in the editing phase. I'm editing okay. So yes, a screenwriter might think of it, and like if you are a writer director, you write something and then you direct it, feeling like esto मेरो vision, you might have that clarity of vision. But like to me, a movie is a sum of what all people bring to it. Okay? Any kind of visual communication. It might be documentary, it might be ad. It's a sum of everything that people bring into it, and that's what gives it that taste. Because like it's not one person. एकजना मान्छेको singular vision ले पनि राम्रो हुन सक्छ. Like त्यो नभएको भए त अब Tarantinoको career नै हुँदैन थियो होला हैन. Singular vision works when you know exactly what you want, but like different people's opinionहरु पनि राख्ने. त्यो भने चाहिँ story चाहिँ अझ marinate हुन्छ. But a director's job always is to know what the story needs and what it doesn't. Like, you know, everybody has good ideas, and if कुनै पनि idea नराम्रो हुँदैन, but does it fit this story? त्यो चाहिँ सोच्नु पर्ने हुन्छ.
Yeah, that's really good to know the insights of how one makes movies, the collaborative effort, especially for someone like me who's just consuming movies, and imagining a lot of things and how it's made. So it's really refreshing to talk about this. So really want to dive deep into this, but also, this show is also about talking about movies that you like. So I don't want to exploit your expertise without paying you and asking you how movies are made. But really want to ask you in terms of what are the other movies that have stayed with you Summer and that you love to revisit at times?
Way too many movies. I'm recently realizing that I've watched a lot of movies, but still, अलिकति मेरो टेस्ट चाहिँ दे have been mainstream movies भन्दा पनि like नेपालको अलिअलि इन्डियाको अलिकति अमेरिकाको अलिकति अनि all the stuff that I used to watch in film school अहिलेतिर हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ Mad Max Fury Road has really stayed with me because how do you manage to make such a fast paced movie that holds your attention way throughout के हरेक टाइमसम्म पनि मै हुन्छ के there is actually a YouTube video the person actually splits up that movie 10 times 5 times and you can still follow it so it's an achievement in editing जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई अर्को movie that I really like movie भन्दा पनि it's a TV series that I watched recently and I really like was Easy भन्ने Netflixमा छ हैन I think anyone who wants to make short films about real life humans they should watch this thing like people are so vulnerable in that and it's so well acted and like every story in that series you feel like oh I know these people this could be me once the level of acting in that is really good what else Hereditary Midsommar Ari Aster is going to be someone we are going to read about in the future just like the sense of dread you feel in every shot and like it's so deeper stuff about abuse so like I can keep talking about things like I think every great movie that you connect with, it stays with you just once. Okay, I watch way too many movies. At the end of it, I think even a part of Godzilla versus Kong is still in me because I love that movie. And two movies I like recent mainstream choices are as so like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I mean, I'm not a Zack Snyder fan, just to be clear. So like the way he stuck to his guns. I mean. This is my vision. I want to show it to the world. It's 4 hours long. I had to take many breaks to finish it. But you have to hand it to the guy. Like appreciation and majale वात्तै बढेको त्यो फिल्म हेरेर that and अब पहिला चाहिँ it's ironically मलाई मन पर्थ्यो हैन but Tommy Wiseau's The Room after reading Greg Sestero's The Disaster Artist not the movie the book
the book okay
First matter, oh my God, this movie, like you're tearing me apart, Lisa. Like never like so like after you read the book, it's such a wonderful piece of outsider art. I mean, Greg Sestero kind of Mark, he has got the look, but like he chance he might have made it, but like Tommy Wiseau, he's never going to make it in Hollywood. The only way you can scratch that itch of filmmaking is by making your own movie. And by God, he made his own movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but like after reading Disaster Artist and watching the movie Disaster Artist and watching Room again, what I've come to realize is few cases nobody sets out to make a bad movie. So review garदाखेरि पनि you need to have that appreciation. And like there's this culture of just trashing movies sometimes.
Yeah, that's
like I have done that. I've done that a lot actually. I mean, it's fun. It's always fun to really trash movies. After watching The Room and reading Disaster Artist, like one thing I try to do now is yes, you can trash them, but like you need to remember that nobody sets out to make a bad movie. Nita, show some appreciation. So you can talk shit about a movie, but like love the movie that you talk shit about.
That's true, right? Nobody sets out to do a bad movie. Khali, maybe sometimes directors or makers think they're too smart than they actually are. And they set out to make a really good movie, but they haven't put in the effort to make that, the research or the layering. And they're like, vision is grand. Something I thought with Tenet recently was like, oh, Miss Nolan, finally, deadline थियो कि हतार गरे कि editing गरे कि अनि Tenet मा चाहिँ I felt that way.
The more you watch it, the more you see the beauty behind it. But अलिकति off the mark like especially after Interstellar, man.
Yeah, obviously some people I think like Tenet as well, but the flaws are एकदम apparent जस्तो लाग्छ कि. I mean, also maybe expectations and then कुरा हैन. It's
Yeah,
obviously.
like he wanted to make a movie about his greatest obsession, time. And because of the pandemic, that movie became the savior of cinema also everywhere. Normal circumstances, it would have found its audience. But like Tenet became this beacon of now Hollywood will return from Christopher Nolan's movie.
Yeah, because Dunkirk and Dunkirk was obviously different, like music, not too many dialogues, and Harry Styles as well, which is questionable. but but like I think for me, Tenet चाहिँ मैले दुईचोटि हेरेँ. हुन्छ नि deadline थियो कि in my head because म त्यही सोचिरहेको थिएँ. But obviously concept and everything and just the segues from one scene to another when John David Washington is confronted एकैचोटि scene कहाँबाट कहाँ पुग्ने, and then you think of Kenneth Branaghको character and does he seem despicable एकदमै, but I know that the director wants this character to be very despicable. Nolan wants you to have empathy towards Robert Pattinson's character at the end. Did I feel that way? No, I know. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I'll try to watch it again and think differently. But now that you mentioned that you love trashing movies at times, so which are those movies?
Mainly, you can feel that there is no effort sometimes. Minimal effort मिल्छ नि यो भन्ने खालको त्यो feel आउन थाल्छ के after working behind the camera and like while editing and stuff. कतै गर्न खोजेको भयो fine जस्तो लाग्न थाल्छ हैन. But like sometimes you can just feel that there was no effort behind this, was it? So usually a lot of movies on that receiving end are Salman Khan movie.
Which are sometimes very bad that it's, I mean, Room just so bad that it's good.
Room was lovingly made. Room was lovingly made.
With passion.
One of the movies I keep coming back to is Gunda.
No.
Oh my God, what a piece of crap. Toro, everyone in that movie, you can tell that these guys are having fun. The way that character says, like,
they're not taking themselves seriously.
Exactly. So like anything self-aware and everything, people are having fun. You can tell जस्तो लाग्छ हैन. अनि त्यही हामीले Justice League कै कुरा गरे नि. Like coming back to Joss Whedon's Justice League, people didn't have fun in that movie. You can tell. Like people are so checked out and हेर्दाखेरि first हेर्दाखेरि yeah, cool, I like this bro. Second time huh? And like after that, a lot of stuff started coming out. So like you can tell when the entire process was had. Like you can tell.
Yeah.
So, and the second time when I really hate a movie is when it's, I wouldn't say inspired, but maybe plagiarized. You're taking the beats for beats, you're taking shots for shots, and you're not doing anything original with it. So recently, one movie that really broke my heart was Ludo. First time I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. It's like acting is really good. Abhishek Bachchan does one of his best work in it. Usko scene I felt every emotion. Then I watched the movie it was lifted from. Adrenaline Drive, Japanese movie about it. Central lifted it. And like if that is not in that movie's DNA, the movie just dies. It really broke my heart then. Like you could have done so much good. Like why lift it? I mean, I think it's a good movie. I would recommend people to watch it because and it's really entertaining.
It's interesting.
But like, I can't watch it again. Like you have a filmmaker who can do really good stuff. Because in time with the metaphors are just like the things he has done and the stylistic elements he has brought in, I would say it's a superior copy. But at the end, it is a copy. So that kind of makes me go, do something more with it. Internal conflict line change or just say it's inspired by this. You can complain about
official remake or whatever. It probably would have been different.
Remake like story inspired by Adrenaline Drive. You can just say that. Only like good artists are inspired, great artists steal. Like you have to steal stuff, but like steal from a majority of stuff and try to bring something new to it. Like a lot of stories have been told. There's basically other stories, like hero's journey. It has been done to death in many places. But like take 50% from here, try to make something new and original. Our idea that don't make something that's a repackaging.
I was very disappointed because मलाई Ludo एकदम मन परेको थियो, especially Pankaj Tripathi. Saptu bhaiya would always stay with me, especially that one particular scene which was also copied. Crane चाहिँ hospital छिर्छ and Pankaj Tripathiको expression त्यति बेला जुन यस्तो हुन्छ हैन, which was like gold. I don't know about just the actor because I admire the actor. But for me, because lockdown मा हामी एकदम धेरै Ludo खेलेको थियो, म त्यतिबेला Boston मा हामी every day लुडो खेल्थ्यौँ. Though we were so excited for the movie, we saw the movie पनि अनि हामी चाहिँ 4-5 जना खेल्थ्यौँ होइन. अनि टर्न बाई टर्न सबैको आफ्नो स्ट्राटेजी हुन्थ्यो क्या. एकजना चाहिँ मिस्टर डेस्टिनेसन भन्ने हुन्थ्यो, जहिले पनि अरूलाई नमार्ने, डेस्टिनेसनका मात्र जाने. And we sort of equated that character with सानिया मल्होत्रा होइन, अलिकति आफ्नो डेस्टिनेसनमा फोकस. We drew our own parallels in a way. I shared with other friends who've seen this movie. हामी लुडो खेल्दा यस्तो हुन्थ्यो नि भनेर. अनि Pankaj Tripathi becoming the Utti, connecting everyone.
Right.
And so there's like one who is ekdamai scared khalko character, त्यो दुईजना blue ma aako, so त्यो aspect बाट हेरिरहेको थिएँ. Then you mentioned that this is like a copy, and त्यसपछि भयो, but still like I sattu bhai, I will always be sattu bhai.
Yeah, so, I mean that's the heartbreaking part. Okay? Like it's so well acted and it's so well done. Okay. So and like to find that the central core ni kasto bad lifted on it.
त्यही त भने. अनि फेरि I guess at the end of the day Anurag Basu was trying to hide it के. कुनै पनि इन्टरभ्यूमा everything is impromptu, हाम्रोमा सबै कुरा इम्प्रोभाइज गरे हुन्छ, स्क्रिप्ट पनि हुँदैन, I don't give scripts and then भन्ने बेलामा त्यो हिपोक्रेसी के. And at the end of the day if he was like I was mention एउटा सानो गर्दै गयो भने I was inspired by this movie मात्र भन्ने भए पनि त्यो अलिकति ethically ठिक लाग्थ्यो. So okay, त्यो भयो एउटा कुरा है. अब let's dive into how your love for movies began. It's a very heavy question. You might not remember the details of it, but do you remember the first movies that you saw and how the love sort of emerged the time?
I would say I'm a child of television. Because like one of my earliest memories is watching Mahabharata on screen with my parents. My parents say this story a lot. तर अब ठ्याक्क मेरो बुवा चाहिँ अफिसबाट आउँदै ल्याएको थियो अरे, अनि ढोकामा ढ्याङ गर्ने बेलामा अनि मैले टिभी अफ गरेँ, बुवा छिटो आउनु महाभारत आउनु लाग्यो, अन भयो भने महाभारत आउँछ भन्ने दिमागमा थियो होइन. So like just that entire act of watching a movie, and my parents, my dad especially, was incredibly into movies, as watching movies and stuff. Pupaju, he actually directed Post Prasad Sunyama, so he was in NTV. So like I grew around this Vatavaran that had an appreciation for watching movies. It wasn't pretentious movies, any kind of movie, not film and other film. I guess it was a gradual development. I don't remember when I was like, Malay film because I guess I grew up into Malay film. It's a normal thing to say. Yeah, I mean, as long as I remember, I've been loving movies. It happened in 9th class again, and it's a HBO original movie that nobody's known about. It was a remake of To Kill a Mockingbird called Whitewash. Right. And that movie was about racism, and it was so heavy. And it's so many films, and it just like first time. And after that, I guess Kunbela camera samade, Kunbela khisne bhane, Kunbela short film bana. I guess video and film was waiting for me since I guess.
Yeah, that is a really, really good story. And I think I just want to share Mera Afne story. I always blame Bhushan Dal for changing my career course because I was a movie child. अनि हिन्दी मुभी मात्रै हेर्थेँ, अंग्रेजी मुभी चाहिँ ओहो छाडा हुन्छ हेर्नु भनेर हेर्दै थिएँ. अनि देन एकचोटि A Walk to Remember भन्ने मुभी हेरेँ, यो त मुभी त छाडा छैन त, राम्रै रहेछ त, अंग्रेजी मुभी पनि राम्रै हुँदो रहेछ. And then Born Ultimatum हेरेँ हैन, यो पो हो त एक्सन भन्ने हैन. And then like Matt Damon को फ्यान भएर Matt Damon को सबै मुभी हेरेँ. त्यो पहिला पाउँथ्यो नि ठुलो डिभिडी के, त्यो एउटा डिभिडीमा कुनै मुभी भने. त्यसरी टम ह्याङ्क्स को मुभी पनि त्यसरी हेर्न थालेपछि त 11-12 को टाइममा मलाई चाहिँ याद छ 11 एक्जाम को टाइममा पुरै हेरेँ, बच्चैदेखिको मुभी हेर्न नपाएको अंग्रेजी मुभी सबै हेरेँ. टाइटानिक र मेट्रिक्स त हेरेको थिएँ बच्चामा त के हेरेको थिएन हैन. And then I wanted to be a filmmaker, dive into movies. And my career I wanted to be a prime minister, get into politics, and I wanted to be a cricketer, cricket खेल्छु, and then I movie बनाउँछु. Actor, director. And then this कागबेनी हेरेपछि ल यस्तो फिल्म बनाउने. And I had to sort of made a decision के आफैलाई commitment. भूषण दालले नेक्स्ट मुभी बनाउन थालेपछि पढाइ सडै कानुन पढिरहेको थिएँ, ल पढिरहेको थिएँ, सबै छोडिदिन्छु, म एडी बन्न जान्छु भनेर भनेको थिएँ. He did not make his next movie. I was like, मेरो calling यही हो भन्ने भएको थियो टाइममा, but he did not end up making movies. And त्यसपछि म पनि ल पढ्न थालेँ, ल त्यसपछि काम गर्न थालेँ. So I guess I'm kind of living vicariously through, well, I can't say people like you because I would not have been as good as you, but like people who are trying to make movies and they're like, oh, what could have been in a way. But I guess I can still enjoy movies in a way. So that which is nice.
One of the reasons we make stuff is
It's for people like us.
exactly.
So that we can
Because like those are the kind of audience you want. People who overanalyze every single frame and stuff. That's when you realize, hey, maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but maybe I have. But yeah.
But I think तपाईँको केसमा नि भयो होला अब झन् धेरै भयो होला मेरो केसमा चाहिँ भने वाच मुभिज कमेन्ट्री दिन थाल्छ ए दादा तेरो कमेन्ट्री बन्द मेरो भाइले जहिले पनि दादा तेरो कमेन्ट्री बन्द गर भन्छ चुप्लाएर मुभी हेर भन्छ होइन एन्ड देन लाइक ओके द्याट्स वाइ आई लभ वाचिङ मुभिज विथ माई पार्टनर होइन मेरो पार्टनर चाहिँ हामी मुभी हेर्न जाँदाखेरि केही मुभी हेरे हुँदैन फर्स्ट पार्ट पनि गार्डियन्स अफ द ग्यालेक्सी पार्ट 2 हेर्न गएको पार्ट 1 हेरेको छैन अभेन्जर्स एज अफ अल्ट्रोन हेरेको छ अगाडि कुनै मुभी हेरेको छैन And then यसमा चाहिँ यस्तो हुन्छ हलमा हेर्दा नि यस्तो and then she enjoys it and त्यसपछि उसँग मुभी हेर्न चाहिँ रमाइलो हुन्छ कमेन्ट्री दिँदा so yeah okay I would say what was the last movie that you saw?
Army of the Dead. That movie was an experience.
Okay.
I mean, it's Zack Snyder at his Zack Snyderist. Let's keep it at that. Also, one movie that's sitting on my Netflix too right now is Bollywood Bandi. It's a Kerala film which comes highly recommended by everyone in my office. अनि अर्को मुभी चाहिँ राम प्रसाद की तेरवी भन्ने एउटा छ सो त्यो फिल्म कम्पानी छ नि हाम्रो सुचारिता त्यागी they really recommended it. I found it हिजो मात्र so yep सुचारिता those two are in my list अहिले
मैले रिसेन्टली हेरेको थिएँ त्यो मुभी राम प्रसाद की तेरवी it was really nice. आर्मी अफ द डेड 10 मिनट हेरेँ अनि त्यसपछि अल्छी लागिरहेको छ
आर्मी अफ द डेड पहिला हेर्दा लागिरहेको थियो होइन but spoiler alert for I mean, it happens in the first 5 minutes. But when Dave Bautista has to kill his zombified wife, right? Pura slow motion, the dude is trying so hard to emote, but he looks constipated. Oh my god! But when that one drop of CGI tear falls on his feet, I was like, this is the kind of cheesy stuff I need. And I watched it.
Oh god!
And like, that's completely gratuitous. Chapo mareko dekha pani pugcha, euta shot ma hada pani pugcha. But no, it's Zack Snyder who will CGI a drop of slow motion tear falling down to say, our tough guy has feelings. Hey man, I'm all in.
That's a really, really good observation. Mother, I saw the first 10 minutes, and यो Zack Snyder को 4 घण्टा वाला मुभी बनाउने मान्छे मलाई वाचम्यान मन परेको थियो कमिक बुक हेरेको थिएन बट मेरो भाइ चाहिँ he's probably follows all the comic books and everything होइन as much as he can अनि उसले ब्याकग्राउन्ड दिएको भएर चाहिँ मन परेको थियो मलाई अदरवाइज चाहिँ के खालको सुपर हिरो मुभी बनायो होला आई थिङ्क वाचम्यान नभए अहिले द बोइज हुँदैन थियो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई इन वे होइन or Jupiter's Legacy
right.
So त्यो सोच्थेँ म but again Zack Snyder maybe I'll watch that movie अझै हेर्छु कि के त so which makes me ask you how do you choose which movie to watch?
Various sources नि अब word of mouth त एकदमै नै हुन्छ होइन लास्ट लकडाउनमा चाहिँ I started just writing about movies होइन किन भन्दाखेरि टाइम थियो let's write भनेर होइन अनि the film community in Instagram is so vibrant. I didn't know people were as geeky about movies as I am necessarily. So like the level of observations they do and the level of recommendation कस्तो रमाइलो कम्युनिटी भयो so a lot of recommendation त्यहाँबाट पनि आउँछ मैले अघि नै भने like my co-workers my buddies from office यो हेर्नु and stuff and there's a nice mix one of our assistant directors Pratiksha she knows what indie Bollywood movie to watch and there's Vinith who I can talk about pop culture stuff with he knows which obscure place ko movie yo herana it will blow your mind it's all the community around you and like it's the community I found virtually so until plus all the Netflix sometimes you just go like boy I don't care let's watch this and sometimes it's good sometimes it's bad most of the time it's like okay
moving on so
I just remembered a movie that really stuck with me yo भन्नु छुट्टा छु हैन Bong Joon-ho's mother people know him from Parasite हैन but like that movie oh my god त्यसको cinematography भयो त्यसको acting भयो and like the story about it and like the twists and turns it takes हैन it's his finest movie you can know so much about cinematography and the colors ले चाहिँ mood set गर्ने from that alone such a good movie such a good movie.
Yeah, I know Bong Joon-ho is someone like we can talk endlessly in the symbols and I guess like I'm not a film student. I didn't study films. A friend of mine who studies films did mention that Parasite is one of the most perfect movies in terms of technicalities and everything. And most Bong Joon-ho movies are which was like fascinating. I mean, all movies say that. Other areas and if you want to watch. Oh, Jara, the Snowpiercer.
Oh, you will love it.
Okay. I really want to watch that movie.
उसको अर्लिएस्ट मुभी बार्किङ डग्स डोन्ट बाइट त्यस्तै खालको एउटा छ मैले ठ्याक्क नाम बिर्सेँ होइन इट्स अ डार्क कमेडी इट्स नट इज बेस्ट स्टफ तर त्यहाँदेखि नै यु क्यान सी हिज हल मार्क्स के he has been very consistent with his work. And one thing I love about his work, because it also is how I do my stuff, he storyboards every little scene. And that's how I approach my shooting. Because like, it comes in my head for like, so I can see that. And that's how I start writing. And like, but there's this book called Storyboards of Parasite. That is basically my perfect birthday gift, I'll say. Because every little shot in that movie was storyboarded. And I was like, that is how I want to make a movie.
So I guess like you'll have to do really good on the rapid fire round and the movie quiz. You might get that gift if you win. So more incentive. Okay, which reminds me that we have to now move on to the next segment, which is the rapid fire segment. So you'll have to pull up your socks and be very prompt, try to be very witty. And the rules but still remind so there's a twist one yes. Obviously, I'll be asking you 15 questions on this, but you'll have to try to answer as quick as possible, try to be witty, need not be honest. But the listeners will definitely understand. I mean, they'll take it in good spirit, hopefully. They'll not cancel you. They'll not call you out for saying something inappropriate, but it is meant to be lighthearted. Okay. You can pass the question, Pani, if this doesn't apply or sign up. First question. A movie that made you cry like a baby.
Okja.
Your favorite actor and 3 movies of the actor.
Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Meet Joe Black on the Fight Club.
A film character that you absolutely hated.
Mogambo. Childhood memories.
Too real. Okay. A movie you can watch any day, anytime.
Inception.
A movie that you like but are embarrassed about liking it.
Raju Rajaram.
Raju Rajaram. Govinda movie, right?
होइन नेपाली Jay Kumar
Okay.
It's so bad, but I love it.
Okay. An actor you developed a crush on while or after watching the movie.
Emma Watson.
Hey, Harry Potter.
Yes.
Okay.
Harry Potter भन्दा पनि The Bling Ring.
The Bling Ring. Okay.
Really good. Sofia Coppola.
Oh, nice. 2 characters from different movies that you think can be in a separate movie of their own.
2 characters of a different movie that can be said. Dominic Cobb and the character from Heat, Robert De Niro's. The Cop and the Rock.
Okay.
Yep.
Choosing between movies, either this or that. Citizen Kane or Inception.
Citizen Kane.
A movie that you have not seen, but tell everyone that you have.
None, actually.
Okay.
I watch a lot of stuff. But a movie I started to watch, but I didn't end it, was 20th Century Woman. And I was like, but I've come clean about not watching it completely.
Okay. I love that movie.
Okay, I'll finish it.
Okay.
One day.
A movie that you did not enjoy watching, but have to pretend to be a fan to act cool.
Turin Horse.
Yeah, okay, Turing Horse.
Oh my God, such a difficult movie to watch.
Okay. Your favorite movie of all time that you haven't mentioned, Alexander?
There Will Be Blood, P.T. Anderson. Best movie ever. Well, one of the best movies ever.
Great movie. A movie that you absolutely hated that you haven't mentioned, Alexander?
Absolutely hated. Ludo bhani hale मैले. That movie, Surya Bonsam. Oh my God, I watched it. Who freaking eats kheer like you're guzzling water, man?
Pretty much. Oh my God. Okay. A highly overrated movie.
Avengers Endgame.
Endgame
and Infinity War.
A criminally underrated movie.
It's kind of a cop-out, but I think people should really, really appreciate Memento more.
Memento, okay. Interesting.
Like the film circle सबैले हेरिसक्यो, but a lot of people haven't watched it because it's way too confusing. It's not confusing, just it's all about editing and black and white is anyway.
Yeah, it's fun. I think मलाई त धेरै अगाडि हेरेको थिएँ बच्चामा हेरेको मलाई दामी लाग्यो.
Exactly.
3 favorite movie quotes.
Go ahead, make my day. Hasta la vista, baby. And people will think what I want them to think from Citizen Kane. You have to watch the movie to get it. But chills. And series को चाहिँ freebie चाहिँ हैन Brooklyn Nine-Nine बाट after the entire thing. Chills.
Okay.
Andy Samberg is so good. Oh, can I change my underrated movie?
हुन्छ.
Hot Rod by Andy Samberg.
Okay, okay. That was a really good rapid fire. I think you answered all
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
questions in really good time, and I think they were really, really honest and funny as well. So, yeah, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I think अहिलेसम्मको त प्रबल दावेदारै हुनुहुन्छ. And then you might just get the prize that you're looking for. Okay, now let's move to the next segment. The next segment is called Let's Discuss. Also, I'm planning to change the name of the segments Pony, to make it sound more filmy and cool. For example, only the final segment is called The End Game, I know, which I think is cool. Or just the rapid fire, let's say the only cool name that I could think of was I Feel the Need for Speed. So yeah, if you can think of these alikati cool names for all these segments, I know, just let me know. I can add them. Right?
I think it should come from you because like you're doing a great job already.
Oh, thank you. So let's discuss. Again, we're sort of making the mood alikati less light. Heavy ta haina tara less light, eh? And we're trying to understand why we love movies, why we enjoy certain movies and why we don't enjoy movies. Obviously, there are factors that but my question today is, does the messaging or the politics of the movie determine whether you enjoy or like the movie? When you say, oh, मलाई यो movie चाहिँ मन पर्यो, or यो movie चाहिँ मन परेन, enjoy गरिन, कहिले कुनैमा गर्छ, कुनैमा गर्दैन. What is your take on this? In your own opinion, अब कसले अरूलाई मन पर्नु पर्छ, मन पर्नु पर्दैन भने त obviously भन्न मिल्दैन हैन.
Speaking from my own personal writing process and just how I make stuff, I think every movie made is a statement. Okay? It might be a lighthearted statement, it might be a strong statement, but like everything that is made has some kind of statement. Even Raju Raja Ram, its statement is, oh, look at this dude acting with the most known actors of the time. Mrs. Doubtfire, my statements. People might dismiss Avatar as Pocahontas in space, but it makes a statement. Statement that's okay. So I think a movie is stronger when it's taking a stance. Like all acts of art or like all acts of storytelling is a form of self-expression. You might not have to like the message that it's putting out, but like a movie is stronger when you are taking a stand. It's just like I say.
Yeah, I think I generally ask a different follow-up question. The follow-up questions. You mentioned that movie is a form of self-expression. Some movies are just that, like you mentioned, and the Inception analogy, but I guess some movies are catered towards like, oh, this is the audience. I don't feel this way, but the audience wants this. So audience like cater garera, audience like this is the flavor, commercial or masala movie. So are you able to enjoy both kinds of movies in different ways? Or like this only? Yeah.
Definitely. I had my pretentious movie watcher phase once, and it's good and stuff. But what I realized was the only time I hate a movie is when it's outright copied, or like you can find a soul in it. Like one for Godzilla versus Kong is, you can see that the director gives a shit about this movie. I mean, one of the reasons why Ali Radha is getting tossed around is like people know that this movie was just मलाई पैसा कमाउनु छ, पैसा कमाइहाल्छ, झ्याप्पो बनाएको. The audience is way smarter than a lot of filmmakers give them credit for this. That's one of the reasons why people Happy New Year was crap, and it got knocked around as such. Even if you're making a mainstream, like audience, there needs to be some kind of heart behind it. It's cool to mock Marvel now. There are like few movies aside, there is a genuine attempt to make a good story behind most of the Marvel movies. WandaVision has a strong sense of loss. One of the only weakest point they have is continue going to saying they don't have those stakes. And like that's why I feel Endgame is a little bit too overrated. Oh, our sequels are confirmed, guys. So don't worry, these guys are coming back just so. So first time second time so like coming back to it, even the most mainstream movies that are just made for entertainment, as long as people behind making are invested in it, you can find that enjoyment. We would not feel Arnold is one of the biggest superstars of all times. Conan the Barbarian here. So those movies are schlock, but like you can see that they're really, really lovingly made. One of the movies I really enjoy now is Last Action Hero, because like everybody wants to make a commentary on action movies. Even the movies that fail, that actually are trying, you can feel that love just even popcorn movie, as long as they're giving a little bit of we want to make a good movie. Let's make something that others can enjoy. Yeah, that you can enjoy them equally.
Yeah, I think there's like Radhe Jasto movie ek ठाउँमा which is like audience को लागि बनायो छ, but you have to make it the right way. फेरि audience is smart enough to know that you put in heart or not. That counts फेरि त्यहाँ पनि, and even though you're not putting a lot of thought or effort. अनि त्यही ठाउँमा there are always also the movies which are एकदमै राम्रो acting, राम्रो screenplay, music, whatever सबै हैन. But the messaging, example of एकदमै overused example is Kabir Singh or so many other movies पनि अब 90s को कति धेरै movies छ. Are you able to enjoy certain bits and parts but also acknowledge that यो चाहिँ better हुन सक्थ्यो, or like holistically नै हैन यो चाहिँ मन परेन भन्ने हुन्छ. Not just limited to that. एकदमै राम्रो script, सबै कुरा एकदम दामी छ, third propaganda movie suppose, and even the one who's written it, उसको side of the story is that because the person has always been in a position of power and उनले चाहिँ गरिबको वा अर्को side of the story देखेकै छैन. करण जोहर movies in a way, so उसले त life यस्तै हो भन्नु ठान्छ अनि उनले त्यही खालको movie बनाउँछ, but that does not depict what the reality is for so many people, but the aspirational हुन्छ नि त movies त फेरि यस्तै होला भन्ने खालको एउटा image त create गरिदिन्छ नि त. Are you able to enjoy those kinds of movies as well? उसको vision हो भन्ने हिसाबले, or like the technicalities are good भन्ने हिसाबले?
I mean, depends on movie to movie नै जस्तो लाग्छ. अब अहिलेतिर आएर I'm pretty sure I will not enjoy कहना प्यार है, I guess. The suspension of disbelief it takes is way too हुन्छ. I definitely enjoy Karan Arjun हैन. Rewatch हेर्दाखेरि पनि like I wrote a funny review about it, but like I really enjoyed the movie because Amrish Puri is perfect in any movie he does. He's our Lord and Savior, हैन. तर करण जोहरको केसमा हेर्दाखेरि पनि I think if you watch Kabhi Alveda Na Kehna, you will feel some amount of empathy for a lot of characters. If you watch Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, yes, it's problematic, but to some extent, it's lovingly made. Just like so. When you watch Student of the Year and Student of the Year 2, you feel like it's a mass-produced and just a star vehicle. Okay, so like the effort ke kura auncha jasto लाग्छ मलाई. Like I definitely did not enjoy watching Jab Tak Hai Jaan, but that was because I knew, oh yeah. Hot Locker में किन love story राखिरहेको छौ तिमी? Missing Jab Tak Hai Jaan. Like they took the how do you manage that? It's a gritty movie about bomb disposal squad. No. So effort take out. Like
that's true. That's
Hot Locker, man.
I guess just to let you know, I love Student of the Year. It is मेरो guilty pleasure. It is a movie I can watch any day, anytime. Scene, dialogue, कण्ठ छ मलाई. And Student of the Year 2 सँग compare गर्नु हुँदैन, which is a crappy movie. Part 1 is, I think it's iconic. The football match ko scene, and first time I saw, like, I was a big fan of Sid Malhotra, then second time Alia, and third time, Varun Dhawan is good. Early, I've reached a stage where, like, Rishi Kapoor is the star of the show. But also, like, I think you mentioned, like, a movie like Hurt Locker or, like, Aruyo, Zero Dark 30, यस्तो अरू पनि movies हुन्छ. अनि त्यो Bradley Cooper वाला movie थियो नि,
American Sniper,
हैन? अनि Mel Gibson played a lot of movies यस्तै खालको, where the politics is aligati in a way war say justified थियो Iraq or Afghanistan. Technically beautiful. अनि अस्कर पनि जित्यो हट लकरले हैन against Avatar and everything, and internal politics say first female director to win, but it was a movie that glorified and justified war in Iraq and Afghanistan in a way. But yeah, I guess it's for me like mixed tones. Like I love these movies, like Student of the Year, Star Vehicles, so I love the movie. But yeah, problematic. Yeah, the reason I ask these movies because I have these confusions.
Although I think the yardstick shouldn't be them, it should be Woody Allen movies. You know he's a despicable character, but like, should you enjoy his art? We've had this discussion a lot of times in the office. It's still a question that I have no answers for one. Like propaganda movies, maybe, like, hey, first let's judge it by the stories. Then after, let's see if they're overtly trying to push an agenda or not. Like about stuff that are made by people who are abhorrent. Do you want to support that or not? Like, I love Rosemary's Baby, but like Roman Polanski also is, he's a problematic character.
The pianist.
Can you separate a piece of art from problematic character? The question to answer is I don't have it. But like, if I had to really soul search, it ties into how I look at movies. Like, I think movie is usually a combination of different people to interpretation, like director to interpretation, actor and stuff. So at least with movies, it's not only the director, it's also the sum of the cinematographer, the editor, the actors, even set designers, khana ल्याउने मान्छे, and maybe we can see movies as a collective effort rather than a singular vision of one person. But then you have movies like Birth of a Nation, which was made way, way, way back, which glorifies Klansmen. And because it was critically panned, like Klansmen, let me just go new and American Who and Roar. See, the dude made a 3 or 4 hour epic called Intolerance, which was basically, you're intolerant. So, like, it's historical, like, I guess I would say deeply problematic issue of the time. Like, let's look at it from the time name. त्यो टाइममा problematic छैन, पछि आएर problematic हुन सक्छ. So interpretation चाहिँ different lenses मा पनि कुरा आउँछ हैन. तर at the time के तरिकाले बनाएको हो and if it's mean spirited or not, त्यसमा पनि कुरा आउँछ होला. Like, there is no clear answer to this one.
Oh yeah, that's.
अब if you look at it just as a story, then it kind of contradicts my thing, which I believe that story लेख्दाखेरि it's a part of you. It's what you believe in तिमी आछौ. अनि त्यसपछि when you bring that in looking at a movie, sometimes a movie is just a movie हैन, unconsciously पनि अब अर्कै खालको statement भइरहेको. So it's tricky. I would say it's tricky. But like, first for me, a yardstick is, are the people making it fully invested in it or not? So then story, then the politics.
Yeah, I guess that's there, I think. And this was going to be regular follow-up questions is actors, directors, Weinstein and everything. Also, but it kind of came up organically. Because like Woody Allen has come up in all these discussions of Weinstein, say, because in a way that is an unforgettable I think Woody Allen has been more sort of confusing khalko, because Annie Hall is such an important movie for so many people. And Woody Allen is the Ram Gopal Varma of Hollywood. Movie You Will Meet a Tall Black Stranger. And Blue Jasmine was good.
Midnight in Paris was good.
Midnight in Paris was fun, breezy, nostalgia, romanticization. Did he put in a lot of effort? I know it was Erunjal Rama, but
exactly
metaphors or well thought out depth of characters and everything. Normally Woody Allen movies Blue Jasmine was good. Blue Jasmine but You Will Meet a Tall Black Stranger, Match Point, and everything and else. Wasn't a big fan. Vicky Cristina Barcelona maybe a little layering, I guess.
Yeah, that movie was good. Well, there isn't the feel anybody.
Tuesday, I think like me Nepali or like when already relevant to bio, but it was all about Europe or US co life co parallel and got the difference and everything, and overt romanticization of the European life, how it is better than the American. So okay, now we'll move on to a lighter segment, which is the movie trivia. Yeah, Shashank Ji is already winning the rapid fire, so if he wins the movie trivia as well, then that's gonna he's gonna get all the prizes. But there's a twist to this as well. We ask 10 questions. First 7 questions will have 4 options. If you answer those questions without the options, you get +10. If you get it wrong, you get a -10. If you pass, you don't lose any points. But if you answer the question correct after getting these options, you get only 5 points. And if you get it wrong, you get -5. And you still have the option of passing. Ani the 8th and 9th question, I'll name movies just my actor common. You have to name those actors. No options. 8 or 9. Then 10 is really interesting because it's like a bonus round. I'll mention an actor in a certain condition, and then you'll have to name the movies. And jati dhere movies bhane त्यति हरेक movie को एउटा 5 points पाउँछ. But caveat is that you have to answer them in 10 seconds. So, 10 seconds.
Okay.
The final twist. You have 3 options. Hollywood, Bollywood, Collywood.
Let's go with Hollywood. Collywood, knowledge, and Bollywood, my knowledge has stopped after 90s. So let's go Hollywood.
Okay. Okay. For which movie did Tom Hanks win his first Oscar?
Forrest Gump, right?
Final answer? Options been sorry.
Forrest Gump, yeah.
-10.
Shoot.
The right answer is Philadelphia. Okay.
Nice.
La.
Like trivia and stuff. I'm bad on details, but let's go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sure you'll redeem yourself because definitely you'll get this one right. What was Leonardo DiCaprio's name in Titanic? Full name, eh?
Jack Dawson.
Final answer?
Yes.
+10. Okay. Without the options. That was great. The options would have been Jack Whitehall, Jack Brown, McCarthy, and Dawson. So, yeah, okay. What is the real name of Black Widow or Scarlett Johansson's character in the MCU?
Natasha Romanoff.
Plus 10. Okay. Are you a Denzel fan? Okay, not a big fan. Okay.
Not a big fan. Not a big fan.
I'm a huge Denzel fan. Eh?
Mhm.
For which movie did Denzel Washington win his first Oscar for Best Actor?
Can you get the options?
Glory, Malcolm X, The Hurricane, Training Day.
Malcolm X.
Final answer?
Yes.
-5.
Which one is
Training
it? Training Day?
Day. Man.
He didn't get an Oscar for Malcolm X.
Supporting actor, say, which was his first for Glory. And Best Actor, say, he got it for Training Day. He probably should have won for all these movies.
Malcolm X was जित्नुपर्ने हो जस्तो लाग्यो. But like Oscars are rigged.
अहिलेको सिचुएसनमा चाहिँ जित्थ्यो तर त्यो सिचुएसनमा those kinds of movies like black movies were deemed to be so different from the white typical movies. But अहिले चाहिँ भएको भए जित्थ्यो होला because now चाहिँ people have realized that this is a different kind of movie and those are really artistically great as well. Next question, saying which is the highest grossing superhero movie? You probably know the answer. Apart from the Avengers, if you don't take the Avengers into account.
Can I have the options? If you know this.
A. Iron Man 3. B. The Dark Knight Rises. C. The Incredibles. D. Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah.
Final answer?
Yes.
Okay, that's the right answer. +5.
Okay.
Are you
that
a Star?
Is so rich.
Okay, are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes, but only of the movies. I haven't gone deep diving into all the series and stuff.
Okay, you probably have to be a big fan to get this one because either you know without the options or you don't know. The options probably won't help a lot. How old is Yoda when he dies?
Can I get the options?
800, 100, 200, 300. So
800.
800? Sure?
800, yep.
Final answer?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Actually, I changed the options. Khasma, the options were 800, 700, 900, 400. You know? Alikati confusing huncha bhaneर मैले.
No, man. Like, I remember him dying. That little green elf going like, 800 years I've lived.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've tried my best to make the questions only inclusive, but as you can see, my masculine energy and my love for all these male actors are showing. Right? So this is my attempt to balance, but also because I'm a huge fan of this movie. In the film Frozen, which actor gave the voice to Queen Elsa?
Kristen Bell?
Final answer?
Let's listen to the options.
A. Kristen Bell.
I think it's Bell.
B. Idina Menzel. C. Demi Lovato. D. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Kristen Bell. Yeah, Kristen Bell.
Final answer?
Yes.
Well, that's the wrong answer. Kristen Bell voiced Anna. Elsa was voiced by Idina Menzel.
Nice. Oh, I thought she just sang the song.
Yeah, I know she's voiced the character as well. Okay, so Satara question सक्यो. अब दुईटा questions you have to name the actor, which you'll probably get. Name the actor who is in all these three movies: Interstellar, Wolf of Wall Street, and Magic Mike.
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Have you seen that movie, Dazed and Confused?
No, I haven't.
I'm a huge Richard Linklater fan. Right? Boyhood is one of my favorite movies. And Dazed and Confused was one of his first movies. That is a beautiful movie. Yeah, I mean, he's not even an important character in that movie. He's more like the Kota Factory web series. Go Jitu Bhaiya, then Jitu Bhaiya. He became so famous. The dialogue. Okay, I have another question. Name the actor who features in all these three movies: Black Panther, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and 12 Years a Slave.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Forrest Whitaker.
Final answer? Take your time. Take your time.
Yes.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens, eh?
Hey, Awakens. Wait. I was thinking freaking Rogue One. Force Awakens. Pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiksa, you don't lose a point. So the right answer was Lupita Nyong'o, who played Maz Kanata.
That was her?
Oh, that was her.
Okay.
I was checking Wikipedia because when you mentioned Forrest Whitaker, and then oh god.
Yeah, I was thinking Rogue One again. Wait,
Okay, that's fine. About saying bonus round, and I'll give you 10 seconds. Name movies for which Meryl Streep was nominated for an Oscar.
I'm drawing a blank. Kramer versus Kramer. Devil Wears Prada. Julia.
Time up.
Divine blank, man.
Got 15 points. That's not bad.
These were kind of tricky questions.
Thank you. You did well. I'm counting your points. 10, 5, 10, 15, 10, 20, 35. Not bad, but someone else already has more than you, sadly. Okay. Not by a lot. Not by a lot.
That's okay.
I think you would have gotten all the Bollywood answers, right? So,
Oh my God, let's go with that.
either let's just for fun, right? For fun. What
Okay,
was the name of
okay.
the actor who played Chatur Ramalingam in Three Idiots?
Options.
Rahul Vaidya, Omi Vaidya, Raj Vaidya, Omkar Vaidya.
Omkar Vaidya?
No, Omi Vaidya would have been the right answer.
I know his face, I know everything, but I don't know his name.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, what was the name of Johnny Lever's character in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai? Yes, sir.
He didn't have a character like. Oh wait, Don Liberty. Oh,
I'll give you the options. Pappi Bhai, Tobu, Babulal, Almeida.
Almeida.
Almeida. Okay, you would have gotten this one. So, which Karan Johar directed movie does not feature Shah Rukh Khan in it?
Options. Student of the year, most probably. Wait, no. Options.
Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, Student of the Year Part 2, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani.
Ye Jamani, Ye Diwani was not his movie. Ye Dil Hai Mushkil was definitely his. Pass. But I think it's Student of the Year Part 2.
Student of the Part 2 was not directed by Karan Johar as well, right? So the right answer was Student of the Year.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you would say it's a tricky question. What was Alia Bhatt's second movie where she had a full-length feature role?
Options. I think it's Highway, but let's option.
Highway 2 states Hamti Sharma ki Dulhania Shandar.
Highway.
Highway is the right answer. Okay. You would say you'll probably get it. Okay. What is the name of Sunil Shetty's character in Hera Fairy?
Yeah, Ram.
I know Ram, I know Sham.
Let's skip Bollywood.
Lol. So now we'll move to the final segment, which is called the End Game. That is the only cool name that I have, and where you will be asked to provide a thoughtful answer, I would say, a deep, thoughtful answer, where we'll have to sort of remember all the Citizen Kane, Inception, and Bong Joon-ho, and all the movies that you grew up watching, and the movies that you love, Aile, and Zack Snyder as well, and your movie making process, kura, and everything. So remember and think of all of that, and please give the answer to this very simple question. Why do you watch movies?
So there are two reasons, I would say. One, because I work in the visual medium, like it's basically research for me. You want to see what people in Netflix, Amazon, and also the internet work on. It's so easy to find really, really good stuff that people are doing all over the world. Like I'll mention Easy again, because that matches the aesthetic that I wouldn't say aspire to, but like I'm making right now. Okay? If you look at the latest short film I did, Boj, it's basically urban stories, small people, look at how they're living. So like you want to see what people are doing. And I guess to say, as a storyteller yourself, you need to just be absorbing content all the time. Like not mindlessly consuming it, but like mindfully. Pick and choose the stuff that you watch and see what you can gain from it. To tell better stories, you need to hear stories from people. You need to see what people in the craft are doing. So like A, research collaborating, and B, after craft improve, plus hear more type of stories. Like hearing more stories makes you a better storyteller. So like just with the technical favorite editors right now is Sam Calder. Edit genre and now he has done that. It's been used and abused, but he was one of the first. And one of the reasons I really, really love Philip Bloom is mini docs like cool with just Canon 5D accuracy. It's documentary about random people. Like I'm going to take a montage video of people of Glasgow, people of Birmingham, anyway, people of Ireland, low light videos again. And that actually inspired so many people in my college that we are going to buy a 5D and we're going to make movies. So like just consuming stuff that people are doing, it just makes you want to try new stuff with your editing, with your craft, with your directing, with the way you approach your stories. I mean, just by watching movies, you become a better storyteller. It's just like I might knock around Devta, because like after you watch, this guy is not acting at all, right? I mean, Devta ko mero favorite part ke the he kills his sister's ex-husband because he technically beats her to death, whatever. And police outside, police he basically hides behind the door. Police are but like it's so endearingly made. And like, how would I make it differently? So like every story has been told, but every story can also be told differently. And the more stories you consume, the better storyteller you become. Come to think of it, I recently did a presentation on editing. What I found myself doing was I showed a clip of Gunda, one of the best movies ever made. So I showed a clip of Gunda, which is terribly edited. There is no sense of time, there is no sense of flow. And I talked about the elements of a good edit, and then I re-edited that clip. Just that exercise taught me more about what kind of editing I do and कसरी मैले approach गर्छु story भनेर. So like I'm using the same shots, but I'm changing the feel of the entire thing. So like just making an edit, just by stretching a clip for 4 seconds, you can generate new types of feelings. All of these little things, like the more movies you consume, you find little things. I love Sound of Metal. I wrote a blog post about Sound of Metal, how its editing just hits you like a brick wall with using silence in a few places. And that worked out great. So just seeing a lot of stuff, it A, polishes your skill, and B, you just become a better storyteller. So like for me, it's kind of vested interest because I make visual stuff. But like it's just a love for the movies and love for the craft.
Oh, thank you. That was really, really deep, and that was really, really insightful, Pony. Especially like I think you mentioned editing, and that is something I think like most people like me, I mean, they will just consume movies and don't think about movie making. You don't think so much about editing and how slight bit of editing changes the mood of the scene and evokes different kinds of emotions. And that is really, really good to know. And I guess like that's something people like us will never be able to appreciate. यति धेरै मेहनत गरे हुन्छ अनि हामी चाहिँ के गरे यस्तो
But think about it, with editing, it's amazing that how visually literate we are. केही कुरा नराम्रो एडिटेड छ भने you won't be able to say नराम्रो editing हो, but you feel it in your gut. That's the same with stories. भने के गरे यो यस्तो भनेर भन्छ नि हैन. Usually the movie deserves it when you say के गरे यस्तो. But like अहिले त्यो चाहिँ the one thing I'm trying to do is के गरे यस्तो त हो तर माया गरेर के गरे यस्तो हो. Okay, you want to look at that.
Yeah, I think like the one movie that comes to mind recently that I felt like के गरे यस्तो, because I think editing is one aspect. जब story राम्रै flow भइरहेको हुँदैन त context missing हुन्छ. Or like your scene stretch भइदियो simple हैन. The one thing that really comes to mind is tenet because कति ठाउँमा context miss भएको हैन. For me artistically हैन कि एकैचोटि like उतातिर गएको छ त्यहाँ उतातिर गएको छ अनि त्यो चाहिँ मलाई
it does a lot of telling rather than showing. त्यो चाहिँ you have to think about it because like exposition कस्तो dump गरेको छ कुनै ठाउँमा.
Okay.
But to come back to Nolan and editing, next time you watch Memento, think about this. The entire movie, the viewer is the editor in that movie. It's giving you that black and white stuff and the color stuff and is asking you to piece it together. It's asking you to piece together a story yourself now that you have the complete picture on it. Okay? So like, say anything about Nolan, but the guy really loves the entire act of filmmaking. A lot of his movies are just about filmmaking, just like Nolan.
Yeah, I think most people like Christopher Nolan. I think I love Nolan's movies. Insomnia, like it's and I love his movies, and especially The Dark Knight, and in a way Dark Knight Rises funny. But some movies like Joker was a commentary on The Dark Knight. Mirror perspective, right? Joker is trying to show that the Batman and Gordon are the villain, and in a way like एकदमै feminist lens बाट हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो पावरको लेन्स बाट हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ नोलनको प्राइमरी क्यारेक्टर्स अब यसपालि जन डेभिड वाशिङटन राख्यो, but it's only mostly white men. अनि एकदम मेल पर्सपेक्टिभबाट स्टोरिज हुन्छ. Female characters are sort of in a way serving the stories. Kill Bill नभइदिएर Tarantinoलाई पनि त्यही भन्नु मिल्थ्यो होला in a way. But Kill Bill is such a feminist movie that Tarantinoको सबै बिर्सिन्छ. In a way Nolanको and then अलिकति upper class white खालको mentality and त्यही ठाउँमा चाहिँ Joker and there are other movies which in a way counter that. But also I like the fact that Nolan is being honest with himself, because that is the world he lives in, that is what he knows, and those are the stories that he is very close with. And that is also a reason why I did not like Tenet. It's because you have a black character and the blackness is never mentioned. It is so race-blind, even though you have a black actor. And you can't make a movie with a female protagonist where there's no, you're living in a world where there's no sexism, there's no patriarchy. Female character navigates through everything without any sexism. So त्यो चाहिँ was so apparent in the movie. That's the kind of criticism that I have. But he kind of, Harry Styles, something I will never understand. That role could have been given to a better actor, or preferably a black actor. So, because I mean, his ward also did not have too many black, black people in the troops as well. So That was also very interesting. Kenneth
Yeah,
Branagh,
true.
Tom Hardy, Harry Styles, all white men. So, but yeah, again, that is something that I respect, but also like, yeah, Nolan भनेपछि God status हो मेरो लागि हैन, but still like भगवानको पनि गल्ती त अलिअलि भइहाल्छ हैन.
It has a lot to do with what you said, Panike, like usko upbringing and stuff too. I mean, because he is from England and stuff, that's the place he grew up in. One thing you have to give
So,
Jack
on
Snyder,
that note,
because of similar comparison, at least he tried to be pro-diversity in DCU. Like you've got a Samoan Aquaman, casting Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm pretty sure if Joss Whedon had done Wonder Woman, it would be, Scarlett Johansson-esque, maybe Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. But like, अहिले चाहिँ कस्तो भइरहेछ भन्दाखेरि, you've heard the rumors that J.J. Abrams is doing a black version of Superman. Like, there's already a multiverse, black Superman version, but like they're changing Kal-El into black character. So like, is it just race baiting, or are they actually going to update it for that one? If you just cast a black character as Superman and story it's not going to work because, like you said, blackness comes in later. Superman who grew up in Harlem is going to be totally different than Superman who grew up in Kansas. Superman who's black and grew up in Kansas, raised by white parents, maybe that is what I would want to see.
Yeah, that is what I think, like the race baiting which you mentioned. So that's why, like, maybe if Tenet had a non-black actor, then I probably would have been more convinced by it because he's still staying honest with what he knows. But that's he's trying to be more diverse, but he's not justifying that particular aspect. And also, you want black writers, you want more people of color in your production. It's a collaborative effort, so you want team pani tyo hunu paryo. That's why one really good series that I like and I want to recommend everyone is The Wire. I don't know if you've seen The Wire, but The Wire is...
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
The layering southern characters go. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Wire, right? Because they were sort of heavily inspired by The Wire. अनि अहिले रिसेन्टली पाताल लोकको चाहिँ राइटर्सहरूको त्यो फिल्म कम्पेनियन पनि हेरेको थिएँ. They were like massive Wire fans, where you like, there's no hero, there's no villain. You feel empathetic for all the characters. Because in certain series, कुनैमा चाहिँ उसको साइड स्टोरी देखेर हुन्छ, there is certain के गरे यसले भन्ने हुन्छ नि, like बिगार्यो यसले भन्ने हुन्छ नि, हैन? As a viewer, we know that this person is making a mistake. But like I think Wire must say we know that this person is making a mistake, is falling into a trap, but we are with the person. We would have done the same thing if we were in their shoes, funny. And no background music, sabai real ठाउँको music. And that's like one series I would highly, highly recommend everyone. Yeah, okay. I will have to sort of wrap it up, Abba. I'll do the final bit, which is to thank you. So thank you, Shashank ji, very much. Really enjoyed it. Was amazing talking about movies and learning so much from you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Subin, for having me. And well, sorry I disappointed you on the trivia section, but I guess I did good on the rapid fire stuff.
Yeah, you were really, really good in the rapid fire and you gave a really good answer in the end game round as well. So thank you very much.